So I did wear this really quickly, just threw it on really fast over the weekend. I was with family, so I wasn't really paying attention to it that much. So today's going to be like the actual test. And I'm just really, really excited to try this out. The makeup artist that worked on my wedding and did all of my bridesmaids posted this on her story, said she absolutely loved it, and I can 100% trust her opinion. So I was like, okay, and like the next day I went out and bought this. I did notice that it has a lot of silicone based ingredients in it, so I am going to use a silicone based primer. I feel like they just work the best together if you use them both. This is the No Problem primer from Touch in Soul. I got it in my BoxyCharm, and I apply the majority of it to the center of my face and blend it out. And I really, really love the look of silicone-based primers and foundations because they give you that really blurred out appearance. They also prevent all of your oils from seeping through so that you don't get oily throughout the day. So love it. I'm gonna like dot this around my face and apply it with my buffing brush. That's what I did the first time, and then I'll go over it slightly with my damp beauty blender. So a little bit about this foundation. It is medium coverage, they say, and they say that it gives you a natural finish. It definitely has more of like a BB cream type texture, like very moisturizing, not too liquidy, not too dry. I really actually enjoy the consistency of this, and I feel like this color is pretty much going to match my slightly fading tanner, so it's kind of a good in-between foundation for me to have. And I'm just like kind of dispersing it everywhere first. It does retail for $10.99 at the drugstore. And what else? So as you guys can see, it's just like covering my imperfections right away. Just watch these couple here and here. On this side, I'm just like stippling it on, and they're basically just disappearing. And even the redness in this center part of my face is covering really well as well, and I really did not apply that much. And I just love how like glowy and like fresh it looks when I turn my head in the light. That's when you can really tell, like you can see that nice gleam. I love that out of foundations. And it matches my neck pretty well. It's still a little bit lighter because obviously my skin underneath where my face is already lighter than my neck, so I might have to layer up a little bit more. If I actually tanned my face, it would match. It feels really nice on the skin. It kind of just feels like a moisturizer to me, not like a too heavy one either. Comes in 31 shades, but the majority of the shades kind of looked more on the light side. It wasn't like really evenly dispersed across the color range, so that's a little bit disappointing, but hopefully, you know, do better. But I still wanted to try it out for you guys because I feel like there are a lot of options for a lot of different people because there are 31 shades. So that is one layer of not a ton. Maybe I probably use like 2 pumps between my face and my neck together, so that's not too much. I feel like you would go through this pretty quickly though because it doesn't seem like a ton of product. It's only 0.75 fluid ounces, but again, it's only $10.99, so I'd be pretty okay with that. It's also formulated with no oil, phthalates, parabens, synthetic dyes, or harsh fragrances. And it really doesn't have much of a smell. It has a very, like, if anything at all, it's like a very, very light smell. I feel like it just smells really like nice and clean and fresh. But like there isn't a ton of smell there, if that makes any sense. I love that it's supposed to be an anti-pollution foundation. Like, yes, healthy products. Like, I'm all about anything like that that's good for your skin and good for your overall health. So I'm just going to stipple over this a little bit, and then I'm going to try and build up a little bit on the areas where stuff is still kind of showing through, but I don't want to overdo it and apply too much either. And really, when it comes to my foundation, I don't like applying it up underneath my eyes, because I feel like because I have slightly dry under eyes and I have fine lines there, I don't like to cake up too much product. I'd rather put more concealer there because I have dark circles than put foundation and concealer and powder. So I focus most of my foundation on the rest of my face, and if I need more coverage, it's usually here, and that's where I'll layer that up. So I'm just going to stipple this part on. So like I said, I didn't really apply much like right in here, so you'll still see a little bit of my redness there. I just keep it to the center of my nose, sides of my cheeks and forehead. I apply less on my forehead as well because I don't like the product to settle in my lines there, and I feel like that's an area where you can really tell that you're wearing foundation if you just have too much. And I have an itch. This color in the undertone is absolutely perfect for me. This one is called Tawny. It's 320 Tawny, and it kind of has like a yellowish undertone, but not too yellow, because I'm kind of more of a neutral girl. If I look at my veins, they're a little bit green, so I have a little bit of both. And some, like, I have the, pink in the center of my face, and then everything else kind of looks a little bit more on the yellow side. So that's how you know if you guys don't know how to figure out your undertone. There are plenty of videos out there that will help you guys on your track. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure, are neutral. So if you kind of don't know, try a neutral, because most likely that's what you are. Okay, so I'm going to come up a little closer so that you guys can see this on my skin after the primer with no powders or any other products over it. To say, I love how this looks on camera. I feel like it looks like natural skin. It looks so nice. In my mirror, it also does. I haven't even gotten to see it really up close yet, but I feel like it just looks so fresh and definitely has that natural radiant finish. Well, that doesn't say radiant, but I feel like it's radiant, okay? But yes, I feel like it looks so nice and hydrated. I do feel like maybe I applied just a little too much on my forehead, but it's really not settling in that much compared to so many of my other foundations that drive me absolutely nuts. That's like the worst thing for me. I do have a trick as to how to stop foundations from doing that, but I don't like doing that every single day. It's just like a little too much. So I'd really just rather have a foundation that doesn't do that to begin with. My forehead looks really, really nice. It's not, like, I can obviously still see my lines because they're still there, but I don't see it settling into my lines at all. It's not clinging to any dry patches or any areas around my active acne that I have going on. It's not accentuating my pores. It looks like my natural skin more so than any other foundation that I've been using currently. I'm very happy with the coverage. It definitely is medium coverage. I can still see like little areas. Even though I built it up a little bit, they're still showing through, which is normal for me. I spot conceal anyway, for the most part, when it comes to any foundation, because I feel like even full coverage foundations need to like layer on quite a bit for it to actually cover those things, and then you end up with that cakey look. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop off camera, finish the rest of my face makeup, and then I'll come back and show you guys what that looks like. Right now it's 12:39 in the afternoon. Getting a little bit of a late start here, don't judge me guys. But yeah, I'll be back and we will take another look. So here's my makeup pretty much all finished. I feel like it looks so nice and glowy and fresh and smooth and natural, not too cakey, not too crazy. I'm gonna come in a little bit closer so you guys can see it closer as well, but I'm really, really happy with the finish of this and how it looks. My skin looks so smooth and poreless, and let's hope that it's going to last all day long. I'll continue to do check-ins throughout the rest of the day as well. I have a little bit more filming and stuff to do in between, so my look may change along the day, but yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on this foundation. So here I am, as close as I can physically get to the camera so that you guys can see. So you guys can still see like my natural texture. I do not have like completely smooth, flawless, perfect skin. The primer definitely helps. And this foundation is just absolutely gorgeous. I really, really love it. Is this not connected? I can't decide how I feel about these eyelashes. I tried a different brand today and I'm like kind of fighting with them, but that's another story. Just wanted you guys to see everything nice and up close so you guys can form your own opinion. At this time of year, I do have more normal skin. I don't really get oily until the summertime, and in the like dead of winter is when I get a little bit dry. I've been really, really good about using super moisturizing products all winter long, so it's kind of kept me at that natural. So maybe I would be a little bit dry if I didn't keep up with it so well. And last night I also did a collagen sheet mask just to make sure I had all of that moisture locked in before starting and putting any makeup on today. But right now it is currently 1:28 p.m. so I will check in with you guys in a little while and we'll see how well this fares. So I also wanted to step outside and give you guys a look at what it looks like in natural lighting. So we're out here on my porch and I'm just gonna like bring it in here so that the smoother turns off so you guys can kind of see like my natural skin texture, how it's looking. Sorry, there's literally like a steamer next door right now, so their car is really loud. But this is how it's looking in real life in natural light. Hopefully it's not too out of focus for you guys. Hello wig. Hey guys, I'm back for my first check-in. Right now it is currently 4:21 p.m. So I've had this on for roughly about 4 hours now. All in all, I feel like it's still looking really nice, smooth, not caking up anywhere. The only places I feel like it looks a little dry is actually like right around my mouth here. I feel like the first time I applied this, I didn't actually set this with powder, and today I went ahead and set it and baked it, so it's going to apply a little bit differently. Maybe it would have been better if I just left it and only lightly powdered it, but it's overall looking really, really good. I don't have anything else that I can really complain about. It's not like the coverage is coming off anywhere. It's not looking, you know, it's not settling into my lines. It's not turning patchy. It still looks nice and smooth and poreless. The only areas that are concerning me a little bit and that have changed at all are like slightly a little bit right next to my mouth. So I'm gonna come in closer and give you guys a look. You guys may or may not be able to tell a difference when it comes to this area here around my mouth, but I can see a little bit of a difference here. So other than that, it's looking really, really well. We are only about halfway through our wear time for the day. This thing is driving me nuts, so I'm about to take it off. So when I come back, I may or may not have like a line right here. I think I might try to reapply a little bit of foundation along the edge of my hairline, but just so you know, it might look busted. I'm really, really impressed with this foundation. First of all, it takes a lot for me to actually be impressed by a drugstore foundation. The last one I found that I actually really liked was the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear foundation, but I feel like I'm already liking this one even more than that. I feel like this one is much more hydrating. That one can tend to turn a little bit patchy on me, but this one I feel like works really, really well. I love the consistency of it, and I love that it's, you know, safer for your skin and, you know, omits a bunch of products in it and ingredients in it that would irritate you or, you know, cause you to break out or anything like that. So that is what wins it here for me. It definitely has less product in it than the L'Oreal one does, but for me, it's just kind of like balances itself out. So like, I'm just really, really impressed by this one. I feel like it looks absolutely gorgeous on camera, in real life, doesn't look dry. I feel like a lot of skin types will be able to benefit from this one, whether you decide to actually set it with powder or not, because like I said, the first day that I wore it, I honestly don't even think I put powder all over my face, but if I did, it was just like a very light dusting. It was no baking or anything like that, and it lasted all day as well and looked really, really nice. So I think y'all are gonna like this one. So let's see what it looks like in a few more hours. I need to go get a snack and get a little cuddle time in with my puppies, and I will be back to check in a little bit later. Hey guys, I'm back. It is now 9:28 p.m. and I cannot bear to have makeup on any longer. I'm gonna sit up and take off my makeup and relax and watch a movie on Netflix, but I wanted to do one last check-in for you guys really quickly. So I've had this on for about 9.5 hours or so, and I feel like it still looks really, really nice. The only part about my makeup that actually looks shitty right now is the fact that my eyelash is coming off and my mascara is crumbling all over my face as usual. I hate this mascara, but I don't want to buy another one right now, so I just use it, but I digress. I feel like it all looks really good. The only parts that look like weird are around my forehead, where I tried to like fix it after I wore that wig. I do have like a little bit of like emphasis on my lines here around my mouth, and it looks a little dry right here in the center of my chin. Other than that, it looks really nice. Like, all of the coverage stayed here, it didn't come off, and I was like touching and rubbing my face and like rubbing my nose a little bit earlier because I'm always perpetually covered in dog hairs. And then it came off a little around my nose where I blew my nose earlier, but otherwise it still looks really, really nice. It does look like it came off a little bit where I was rubbing my face here, so like you can see little dots from where like my pores were, where it kind of rubbed away. I'll show you guys that up close as well. But the majority of the other areas of my face still look really good. I'm covered in glitter now too. The forehead, like where I didn't touch up, looks really, really nice here. And pretty much looks the same. It looks maybe a smidge drier than it did earlier, but I feel like overall it did perform really, really well. It still looks nice. I never personally wear my makeup for this long in the day. I mean, yeah, not for like 9.5. I mean, sometimes I do, but not very often. I don't really like wearing makeup on my face for that very long periods of time. That's just because I'm a potato and a homebody. So I feel like overall it lasted really, really well. I feel like this is a great everyday foundation, especially because of all of the really great properties that it has. And I would definitely recommend it to you guys. Definitely try it out. It's worth it for the $10.99. I'm pretty sure with most makeup, if you don't like it and it doesn't work for you, you still can return it even if you open it, as long as you don't use too much of it. I don't know if that's only specifically for like Ulta and stuff like that, but you could get this at Ulta, so you guys can try it. If you don't like it, take it back. But I do really think that this one is worth a try. So you guys can see like around my nose it started coming off, maybe a little bit around my lips because I was eating and like using a napkin. A little bit of dryness right here, a little bit of accentuation of those smile lines. A little bit of dryness here. I can't tell if you guys can actually see that or not. It does look slightly lighter right here on camera, but it doesn't in person. And then obviously like this is where I touched up and there's still like remnants of hairspray along my forehead, so that's why that doesn't really look that great. But other than that, I feel like it still looks really nice. It stayed matte. I didn't have to powder it again at all. Didn't have to do really any touch-up at all. So I think that's really great. So that is about it for this video, guys. I hope that you guys found it helpful, and hopefully you guys will try out this foundation. Let me know if you have in the comments below and what you thought of it, or if you do and what you think of it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!